RedMaster here, and welcome back to another Cards and Castles video. This time looking at the second 3K deck that I have for you guys. This one did not get deleted in the recent events of the deck wipe, and it is known as Awaken the Shot. Now, that name's kind of iffy, but kind of going off the Dwarven Sharpshooter here as the main focus, so something along the lines of Awakening and the Sharpshooter, Awaken the Shot. But anyway, the second 3K deck that I have run to the badge 30 over the past few months. I think I did this late September and early October. Those dates may be iffy, but I know I definitely took it up twice. So with that being said, let's go break it down card by card. I'm going to show you guys what I have going on in this deck. Do have a couple of interesting things here, and we're going to go hopefully trying to group some of these cards together to save time. But anyway, our first card in here is going to be your Dojo of Awakening. This card is going to be an extremely powerful card indeed, due to the fact that it's going to be giving a lot of your guys some much needed stat buffs. Take for instance Major Apprentice here with the Dojo Awakening buff. This guy jumps to a 2/4. Masuda jumps to a 3/4, Imp jumps to a 2/4, etc., etc. And the idea here is to power up your Sharpshooter so that it becomes not only an unstoppable range unit, but also in stat-wise a pretty hard to kill unit. So, of course, Dojo being the primary source of your stat buffs, you're going to want to keep this thing alive, and it's pretty much one of the main focuses and main focal points of the deck. Moving on, we have Awaken Rage. Now, Awaken Rage I have primarily for the stats. The 2/2 is pretty good, especially if I need some early removal. This is the one of the two cards I'm going to rely on to do so. And even if I want maybe some extra castle damage before I take down a unit, I can use Awaken Rage for that as well. The other removal is going to be your Disintegrates. I find that 3 damage to be very useful for 2 gold. It's not like super powerful like Witch Bolt, but I feel like the 3 damage and suppressing any last will, I can possibly use this for a monster tamer later on. I can use it to get rid of instantly like a bridge troll or weaken something for my lower costing units. I just like having Disintegrate as my warlock damaging spell. From there, I move into all of my 2 gold awakening units: Mage Apprentice, Masuda, Imp, and Woodwar. I do have these guys. They're going to be like the early foundations of your game. You want to be able to draw one of these in your opening hands to really start off the game pretty strong. Whether that be Mage Apprentice with that free spell, the Woodwar for early pressure, the Masuda for reducing a Titan Watcher or an Assassin in your hand, and the Mischievous Imp for that possible early damage / removal, depending on what could be out on the field right now. So they're definitely going to be useful, and with the Dojo buff, they're nearly guaranteed to be benefiting off of the Dojo's stat buffing ability. So definitely a wide variety of options for your 2 gold awakenings. From there, I move on to technically my 2/3 golds. The books, obviously, for draw, since I don't really have other sources of draw in here. That's where the books is going to come in primarily. And then you have the Con Artist. I do find this unit to be a very strong pirate unit in general, and the fact that he's got an Awaken ability only reinforces him in this deck. Again, benefiting off of the Dojo buff and the fact that I can ramp out into one of my possibly bigger units earlier on. So overall, I just like having the Con Artist there. From there, I move into my non-awakening 3 gold units. Matty I have in here. I like the RNG aspect and the fact that he can pull another stars to reawaken a lot of my guys, or summon Headwood, which can then be reawakened by one of the stars in my deck. That just gives some extra bonuses for playing the Matty, and hence why I include him. I also have Titan Watcher in here as a bigger body in case I need. A lot of my units don't really have a solid stat line, as you can see here by the 1/3, the 1/3. Oh, I took out a Mage Apprentice. So on and so forth. So I have him as sort of like the muscle, the backup, the muscly backup, if you will. Let's see. Moving on from there, I have the assassin. That's like another source of hard removal. I do like his, murder-esque type ability, and the fact that I can reawaken that if need be. It just makes him that much more of an inclusion in the deck. Sharpshooter, I did kind of explain this in the beginning of the deck. He's like another star of the deck, hence why I named the deck after him. The idea is to make this guy into a beefy, long-range sniper. That way he can pick off the castle health and end it pretty quickly once you've gotten to a certain point. So I keep him at 2 though, because I don't want to, sometimes pulling Dwarven Sharpshooter is good if you have some control on the board and you want to set yourself up. But you don't want it to be like the saving draw that you have. It's not a Hail Mary here, guys. It's the Sharpshooter. So hence why I run 2 of him. I don't really feel like you need to push the 3 slots with him. From there, I move on to Forest Vault. I have that card in here primarily because it summons another Wood War for the Awakening. But of course, I do have the Wood War in here, like I mentioned, for the DwarfTown. The tree tech, too strong not to be running right now in nearly every deck, so hence why the Forest Vault is in here. Special Delivery, that card is an extremely powerful AoE for pirates right now. Probably one of the strongest AoE cards in general. I recommend that nearly all pirate decks be running this in some form or fashion, just because of its incredible destructive power for the board, and hence why I run it in this deck. Saurus, kind of obvious why I run him in here. I want to reawaken things, want to get that dojo buff again going, want to activate some other abilities again, so Saurus definitely useful for reawakening and just possibly like a final blow if the board is just in your control and you want to push that further. That's another reason to play Saurus. And then, of course, I got the Killer Rabbit. I do like the Rabbit. I might switch out him, though, because I think maybe I need a bigger body for the deck, and I'm just lacking that. So I think I might switch out the Rabbit. But for now, I'm going to keep him in here and see how he goes later on. But just keep in mind, this guy is a free edit. If you guys don't have Rabbit, feel free to change in something else, because maybe I might get rid of Rabbit myself. So, but again, like I said in the DwarfTown video, I liked him for his just sniping ability, picking off range units and buildings that are just pesky and always put in the back there. The forward movement and the rampage definitely helps clear the board a little bit, just a little bit. And then from there, I move on to Mordok. Of course, Mordok's super strong, not to be running any deck right now. You get the lifesteal, the combo, and the stat line is pretty good as well. And the movement, of course. Everything about this unit is just too good to be not running him right now. Well, it's too good to not be running him. That should be a little clear. Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, that's basically the deck. If you guys don't have the Mordok, by the way, or the Sharpshooter from Call of the Grave, Sharpshooter, I'm not sure what could be subbed out. It is an epic, though, so it shouldn't be too expensive, especially with crafting prices reduced to normal at the time. And then Mordok, of course, I always tell people switch in Kraxus, because that's going to be your best bet for a Mordok replacement. So yeah, that's pretty much the deck, guys. Nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy. But with that being said, now that we've seen the deck, how about we go see it in action? Alright, so moving into the battle, we do have a pretty good start here. We do have the dojo in our hand right away, and that's going to be good for setting up our Awaken units later down the road. We're going to place it right behind our castle, just for now, to be safe, to be solid. Just 2 words that come out of my mouth at this time of day. Let's see, the Masuda comes out to start off. We can't really play anything, which is unfortunate. So hopefully we don't get rushed pretty early here, because the Masuda, okay, the Acolyte comes out. I think we're better off putting the Con Artist to the Acolyte here. I think that's what I'm going to do, so we don't want to see any swarms. We're going to let another 2 damage hit face, but that's going to be alright. We might throw out the Forest Revolt then to counter the Masuda. Maybe not. Let's see. You go down there. And you can go down right there. So we're going to use our buffed con artist to take out the Masuta. Seems like a fair. Okay, lightning bolt. So that's going to kill off the con artist. Pretty good play on him. However, we do have our little trick up our sleeve. And that's going to be important here. We're just going to explode everything right there and take out a lot of his main offensive. Is that? Okay, yeah, let's check that. So, sorry, just going to check to see if something's down there. It happens. So he counters with the Masuta and the flying books. Okay, so the flying books isn't really going to help him all too much. So that gives us another opportunity to throw down another Forest Revolt, which will get us another Wood War. We'll throw down a Mischievous Imp in the back, and then smack face for 4. We'll let him have the extra draw. We want to get some early damage in. He knows that if he doesn't react to these Wood Wars kind of fast, it's going to be game pretty quickly. Okay, the Sea Witch, or Sea Bitch. It's a plunder. I think he can't really do. Okay, yeah, no, he saved himself though. So we need our Mischievous Imp to hit castle. We need it to hit castle. It will not hit castle. So let's take out the Sea Witch just to be safe. We'll move up a con artist and the flying books. So yeah, I think that's pretty much going to be game though, because there's not much he can do. Okay, the Sea Witch again is going to come in. 2 skeletons, they're not going to help though. Yeah, that's going to be the game. So overall, a good showing. We see why the dojo is extremely useful here and why it's such a powerful, powerful card. People, you know, if you're playing Awaken, I would recommend playing the dojo for this reason. And overall, just a solid card. Excuse me for that burp, but again, life happens. With that match, guys, that's probably going to do it for the video. I am recording this at a somewhat later time. I'm actually pre-recording this for tomorrow. I will be in New York Comic-Con 2017, so this, you know, this will still go up. This will still be up Saturday, but you know, I might not be home exactly myself. So, with that being said, guys, if you guys did enjoy the video, please make sure to give it a like, share with your friends, and comment down below what you thought of today's deck. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. All you gotta do to show your support to the channel is just click that subscribe button at, you know, no cost whatsoever. Just click that subscribe button. If you guys want, of course, turn on that bell for some notifications when the live stream will be happening. You know, I don't have a time yet, so if you guys are interested in a live stream, just click that little bell. Click it so you get notified. Just click that bell. So with that being said, guys, until the next video, stay gaming.